Championship on the Grand Prix circuit at Silverstone, where most of the 400 riders have never raced before. These are the shoestring sportsmen in their world of beg, borrow, scrimp and save, a world where money doesn't just talk, it yells its head off. For those of ambition, it's everything, and it, as much as ability, will decide the future. When the money stops, so do they, and it stops, quite often. For most, it will ever be so. For some, maybe, it could be different. At least that's the idea, to encourage young British talent, which might eventually break the foreign domination of Grand Prix racing. But not everyone came to Silverstone to claim succession to Roberts and Spencer. No, clubman's always been, always will be, a curious mixture of those in search of fame and others in search of fun.
And it's a fantastic thing. There's all these blokes here. We're all in the same thing for the same reason, because we love it. If you didn't love it, you wouldn't do it, because there's so much hard work and endeavour goes into it. I always say that it takes probably 24 hours of preparation and endeavour to get on the track for 20 minutes, and it's probably true. When you consider the fact that it's not like bowls or cricket, where you have your Sunday lunch at home and then you get up and pick a bag up and you go and have your game. If you're going to go to a meeting on the same day, it's a 5:30 start, and then you're on the go then till perhaps 9 or 10 o'clock at night on the same day. And every evening is the same. You're working on bikes. It's very time consuming. You don't have time. I know I've got 10 children, but that's in between times.
John, how important is it to win this championship?
It's very important, because it's the only championship for clubman level to get any attention off attracting sponsors. So it's important to win. It's one step more in your career.
Barry Sheen began in club meetings, and 15 years on, his name still dominates the British sport. But even world champions grow old, and the race is on to replace him. Steve Patrickson, an 18-year-old from Yorkshire, is one many feel could go on to beat the best in the world. He's one of 4 riders chasing the title Clubman's Champion of Champions, and he's an outstanding prospect in the 125 class. His father is a former 750 rider who's guided and financed his career so far. A career that's seen him win the Junior British 50cc Championship at 15, become the youngest national British champion at 16, and now at 18 he's the Marlboro 125 Clubman's Champion on his MBA. He's already won 3 of the previous 9 rounds, and at Silverstone he coasted to a 4th victory, jointly taking a new lap record with Clifford Peart of 1 minute 46.6, an average speed of 98.94 miles an hour. But obvious as his talent may be, he now needs much more money to progress further. Without that, potential or not, he's stuck.
Well, I won't be able to do what I want to do. I'll just have to sit and do club meetings all my life, which I don't really want to do. I want to progress. I want to get as good as I can, and to do that I need the money and the machines.
How much money do you need then to go on into Grand Prix?
Talking about 20,000-30,000 to do a really good crack at it. You could do it cheaper, but to have a really good go at it and really good machinery, we'd have to have that sort of money.
And what are the chances of you getting that?
At the moment, not very much.
The top 250 clubman of 83 is Martin Rice, a self-employed carpenter from Dorking in Surrey. He's blown the rest away with an incredible run of 7 wins in 9 races, but surely he couldn't make it 8 after this disaster. Rice, number 1, couldn't fire the engine, and when he did get away, the leaders were well clear. Chris Wyatt from Ilford, number 26 on the Armstrong, led the field through Stowe Corner and down to club on lap 1. At Abbey Curve, Wyatt had stretched his lead. But Rice was recovering. He's in the centre of the chasing pack in 11th place. Wyatt through Woodcote for the first time and still pulling away. Steve Lanniman on another Armstrong is second, Kurt Langen on a Yamaha is third, with Martin Rice also on a Yamaha now up to 9th.
The number 1 slot, Chris Wyatt. Then Steve Lanniman in second.
The leading three still the same at Stowe on the second of the 8 laps. But as Wyatt drifts around Abbey on the way to complete lap 2, Rice is up to 6th and still gaining. Two laps gone, 6 to go. It's a fine ride so far for Wyatt, who's yet to win a race in the series this season. Indeed, his best is 2 6th places. But behind him, Martin Rice continues his terrific charge. On the way to complete lap 3, the pack are beginning to close, and Rice, one of the last away in a field of 33, is now 5th. So at Woodcote for the 3rd time, Wyatt leads, Langen second, Chris Brennick on an Armstrong is third, with Rice catching them all.
Martin Rice is now in the 3rd position.
By lap 4, he's third. And at the exit from Abbey, Rice makes his move to pass Langen for 2nd place, a move he completes at Woodcote. Brilliant riding. Now Wyatt is the final target. At the British Grand Prix at Silverstone this year, the riders insisted that straw bales replaced what they considered dangerous catch fencing. The same system applied here, and the wisdom of it was clear when John Davies from Liverpool escaped unhurt from this spill. Lap 6, and Wyatt is nearly caught as Rice stalks him around Club Corner. At Abbey, he's into Wyatt's slipstream and preparing to pass. By Woodcote, the lead is his at last. After such a terrible start, the recovery has been magnificent. It's the ride of the day, and this, along with his 7 wins this season, makes him favourite to be Clubman's Champion of Champions, and with it take the prize of a 1984 250 Yamaha. It's Rice first, Wyatt second, with Neville Potts now third on the Spondon road tracks. The start of the last lap, and Wyatt begins to threaten. But by Stowe, Rice is away again, and Potts is through for second. On the way to Abbey for the last time, with Rice close to his 8th win in 10 races with an average speed of 102.82 miles an hour, including a record lap of 1 minute 39.5, an average speed of 105.90. Neville Potts is second and Chris Wyatt third. So yet more proof that Martin Rice is by far the best 250 rider of the Clubman's Championship, with congratulations there from Kurt Langen. But where does Rice go from here?
I want to do European rounds and maybe some Grand Prix if I can get the entries, but it's all money and see how it goes with the sponsors and that.
What sort of budget do you work on at this level?
Day to day, you know, it's sometimes I work days and nights in the week and to get enough money for the next week.
I mean, is there a possibility at any time that you can't carry on racing? Is it always on the brink all the time?
If I ever hurt myself racing and I wasn't working, I wouldn't be racing when I got better, because it's a day-to-day, week-to-week basis.
Once you stop racing, you break the circle and that's it?
Yeah, well, if I hurt myself racing, I can't work. I don't work, I don't earn money. I can't afford to run it.
How long are you prepared to go on doing that if a sponsor doesn't come along?
I enjoy it. I keep doing it. I enjoy it very much. You know, it's if I wasn't doing this, I'd be doing stamp collecting or something. So, you know, it's as expensive as you want it to be.
The kick-start of the production Yamaha of Rob Orme, leader in the 250 production series with 4 wins so far. He'd already won the day's 500 production race. Now he was going out, he hoped, to complete the double. Orme, number 1, is away from pole position. Halfway round the first lap, Orme is 4th, but he won't stay there for much longer. He's soon pulling out a tremendous lead, which will win him the race with surprising ease and clinch the Clubman's 250 production title. He's a development engineer from Ilkeston in Derbyshire, and at 22 he came relatively late into racing. This is only his first full season. So, Orme, the very comfortable winner from Andy Muggleton and Gordon Allott. Much to celebrate for Rob Orme, the 250 Production Championship, 2 wins on the day and 2 lap records. If Martin Rice had produced the best ride of the day, then the 500cc battle between John Burkett and Hugh Robertson produced the best finish. Burkett, number 1, and Robertson, number 4, both on Suzuki's, had been together almost from the start, with Burkett leading all the way. Then, as they began the final lap, Robertson went ahead of Burkett, who'd already won the championship with 6 wins in the previous 9 races. But could he now win this one? Robertson was still leading at Stowe and down through Club. But Burkett, a highly rated prospect at 19, was well placed to attack on the straight out of Abbey, and attack he did, through on the inside. The margin at the flag was a fraction, with Burkett the winner, but it didn't give him the Rider of the Series award. That went to this man,
Martin Rice.
A panel of judges decided that Martin Rice, with those 8 wins in 10 races, was the top clubman of 1983, and to him went the applause and a 1984 250 Yamaha. Special prizes of £250 each went to Burkett, Orme and Patrickson. So, will one of these young men be the next Barry Sheene? Could they bring a world title back to Britain? Time, talent, and most important, money will tell.